Disney movies have destroyed the idea of what romance is for decades and for our entire generation. It gives men the message that they have to be tall, have six-pack, are born into a wealthy family, have a wide jaw, all things they cannot really control, to be with a high-value woman, to be with a princess. And it gives, on the other hand, the princess, the girls, the idea that they are already perfect. If they're beautiful, then there's nothing else they have to do. They just wait in their bedroom, in their castle, in their social media profile these days for the prince to magically show up, and then he will reveal himself and it will all be perfect. And if they like him, they will kind of just feel it because it's destiny after all, and they will be together. And if day one is perfect, then their whole relationship will be perfect until the end. The end. It also tells both parties that instead of developing themselves personally, working on their strengths and weaknesses, working on their personality, things will just like connect. There is the one woman for every man and there's the one man for every woman. It's kind of the job for the man to find the woman and then do something to her to convince her. Write her a poem, write a song, make a grandiose romantic gesture that will show her how deep your love is, and then she will say, yes, little boy, you did that well, now I will marry you as a reward. And that's how it goes. Obviously, that's a horrible setup for modern dating. Obviously, that blocks both parties to kind of develop themselves, and especially the women. We see it, right? Like, there's a lot of women these days who are just born beautiful, and they see that as their only attribute. Of course, there's other women as well, but especially in days of social media and constant rewards and constant positive feedback loops through comments and likes and views on stories and compliments and sending flowers and so on, it's very easy for a woman to fall into that misconception that a high-value woman is basically only rated on her beauty because society rewards that. Because of these movies and because of other notions in the world, it's easy for a man to think, oh, this is what I should first of all strive for, to get just the hottest girl, and in order to get her, I need to give her something. So back then, yes, that could have been a poem, a song, playing guitar, doing a big dance show, being a peacock basically. These days it could just mean spending all your money on her, buying her gifts, showing how deep your love is based on how deep your pockets are. However, there is one Disney movie that has a powerful message. It shows the progress, the development, and what it means to develop from a scared little boy into a powerful man, into a powerful leader. And this movie is The Lion King. Before we jump into the movie and why I like it and why you should watch it and really understand the deeper meaning behind it to improve your process and progress as a man, I want to show you the social dominance pyramid that I created. It's basically a 7-stage pyramid that shows you and helps you understand what does it take to be a man, right? Where do you start? What's the next level? Because we hear it often like, be a man, man up. But what does that even mean? What is the next step of becoming a man? What is, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? In my case, it's 7 stages. And so this pyramid really helps you understand that. It starts at the boy and it ends at the wizard. And not only does it help you that, it shows you who are you right now, on what stage are you currently, and even more importantly, who are the people you should surround yourself with? If you want to level, let's say from stage 5 to 6, for example, you will not want to spend time with stage 2 people anymore. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't help you or them really, and it just drags you down. So this is a great tool. I'm putting it here on the screen, and you can watch another video on my channel where I go more into detail about that. We start with level 1, the boy, Simba, a young little lion, and you, usually from the age of 1 to 16, you're born, you're a baby, you're defenseless, you don't know anything about the world. Sometimes you think you're smart, but you're not really. This is where we all start, right? It's normal. To be fair, Simba has been born into a rich family, so obviously he gains experience from that sense. He can, observe his father being a king, being in power, leading people, being fair, and how to use his power, not to be corrupted by power. So that is obviously a very useful skill to learn early on, but we're not all that lucky and we don't have to be. we can fight later and gain experiences ourselves. So why I like this movie is because he needs to earn it after all, right? As we learn later in the movie, and we're going to talk about, it's not that easy for Simba to become the king, to fight for it. I like that his journey to become the king of Pride Rock really maps well the 7 levels of the social dominance pyramid. Simba grows up, he becomes a student, he's on level 2. He gets taught by the bird Zazu, by his dad, Mufasa, and he wants to be a king. He's even singing, I just can't wait to be a king.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
This shows us he wants to go straight basically from level 2 to level 5 or level 6 even. The lesson in there is that's not really possible. True man, a man on his development, needs to go through all the stages. Because if you're born even rich as a prince, right, and you become the king, you're overwhelmed. You don't know how the people below you are thinking, what they had to go through, what struggles they had to face to get to their level. And they will also mainly not respect you as a true king. Simba gets humbled really quickly. He gets into trouble. His dad needs to save him from the hyenas. He quickly realizes, okay, it's not that easy to be a king. I still have to learn a lot to be able to take on that much responsibility. So another lesson here is, if you are a child, I don't know if any children are watching this, you should be enjoying your childhood, right? You will not be a king instantly, even though there's a lot of YouTube content out there of you have to be a man and and you have to level up and take care of your whole family at 15. No, right? If you're young, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of going into student stage, then going into soldier stage, because you will only be a child one time in your life. Then, sooner than later, Simba is forced into action. He's forced to level up into level 3. Scar shows his evil side. Scar the evil, his uncle, is setting his father a trap. He's putting Simba in danger. He's setting a trap that Mufasa needs to save him. Again, Mufasa comes to the rescue, saves Simba's life, but dies.
Brother, help me!
Long live the king.
Scar makes it look like it's all Simba's fault. His father died because of him, and obviously it puts him in an insanely difficult situation. He's full of guilt, he's getting depressed, he's understanding that this is a horrible situation to be in. He's escaping the kingdom, and he's going into the desert, trying to get away, trying to make sense of it all, trying to get clarity, but the challenges are too hard. He's basically putting himself into the hot desert, ready to die. He's passing out. He's literally giving up, right? He's ready to lose his life at that point, which is understandable. He lost his hero, he lost his father, and he instantly got pushed into this crazy new chapter of his life that's just too demanding for him. A lot of you guys watching might have a similar experience in your life where it's so overwhelming, like some struggle that pushes you. Maybe a family member died. Maybe the love of your life broke up with you or embarrassed you, or you had big expectations with a certain girl and she brutally rejected you, or you had to leave your country, or you got kicked out of school, or you didn't pass certain exams and or lost your job. Life throws us curveballs. That's what life does. It's kind of on us, on you, to decide, well, can I handle it? Will I handle it? Or will I give up? The most extreme version of giving up is suicide, is what Simba was almost attempting. He's basically like killing himself in the desert by just not having water and the sun just burning him. Another form of giving up is giving into the dopamine traps, the easy pleasures, right? Watching too much Netflix, playing video games, jerking off every day. We live in a world now where it's so easy to feel like a man, feel like rewarded through candy, through fatty food, through porn, but we are not actually progressing in the real world. We don't deserve that reward. We just have access to it because of how economy and media works these days. So that's almost a worse way of giving up, because it's the slow, gradual death that happens over months and years. Suddenly you wake up, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, and you realize, oh my God, I've wasted my whole potential. I've not wasted my life, but I wasted the potential that I initially had. I truly believe everybody could become a prince, a king of their own kingdom. It doesn't have to be a literal kingdom, a whole country, a whole continent like we see in The Lion King, but you can become a king of your own family, your own community. You have that potential inside you. Your ancestors were fighting hard to get you on this planet, and now it's your choice to see, okay, will you live up to that potential, or will you die a slow or fast death? So Simba almost crumbled under the pressure of suddenly becoming a soldier. For you, becoming a soldier basically means doing something out of your comfort zone. And it doesn't just mean going to the gym, it means doing something out of your social comfort zone. You want to build networks, right? The best way to do that is cold approach. Approaching women on the street, trying to get their number, going on dates, showing them your real intention, right? Not hiding behind some excuse. If this is too hard at the beginning, I understand. I struggled with it for many years myself until I really overcame that anxiety. You can start easier. You can start just complimenting people, generally being more open, saying hi to the cashier, to the barista, asking questions in a shop, just to open up. Or you can start making friends at the gym, asking people, hey, how long have you been training for? Oh, good form, great, da. Giving compliments will open you up socially, and if you do that, you are at the soldier stage. Now, Simba got lucky. He didn't die in the desert. He got picked up by Timon and Pumbaa. They saved his life, and they basically showed him a new way of living, right? Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata!
They showed him you can eat bugs. It's kind of like a metaphor for you move out of home and you have your first shared house where you live with other dudes and you eat noodles every day and you're kind of trying to make it. But they helped him over his breakup. They formed a brotherhood, so they were all knights at this point. As a soldier, you fight alone. You're on the street, you're approaching women. But then you meet other guys at the gym, other guys to approach with, other guys to travel with. You create growth houses where you share each other's knowledge and mainly keep each other accountable because you don't have that much knowledge yet anyway. So luckily, Simba found those two brothers. They built the brotherhood. He gained confidence again. He remembered, oh, I have a duty. I have a lot of potential. I'm a born king, right? And I need to live up to that. He returned the favor to them of saving him by saving them of Nala. The female lion in this The Lion King story was attacking Pumbaa and Timon, and Simba was saving them. Here comes the female character into the movie. That's a really interesting part, right? She makes him realize, hey, the kingdom is falling apart. Where are you? Why are you playing with your friends' stupid jungle games here? So she calls him into power. She demands him to be a man, basically, again, right? She demands him to reach his potential, to become this king. So it is often the female character that makes the male realize, oh shit, I have work to do. This is what I'm doing this for. This is why I'm making money. This is why I build my character, my charisma, my body, my fashion, my empire. At the end of the day, we do it for women, let's be honest. So this is a very beautiful part in that movie. What is important to differentiate though is, well, she's coming to him after all still. She's still like kind of following him, right? Entering this little jungle adventure he has. In the real world, not so easy. It is, again, your job to expose yourself to women, to create networks that have women in there. It could be a house party where the ratio is good. It could be you doing a yoga class once a week instead of only working out from home. It could be you starting a side career with something creative like photography or painting or something marketing even, right? Where there is not just men in the industry. A lot of my clients, they are very analytical. So they work with other analytical people, and often that's very male-driven industries like programming or financial analytics, stuff like that. So in the real world, it's your job to create networks where there's good ratio of women and men. At first, he doesn't really believe Nala. He was like, leave me alone. I have my thing going on here. This can be another metaphor, right? In the real dating world, often we have periods of involuntary single and then voluntary single, which basically means sometimes we don't get any chicks and then we get some chicks. We have casual sex. We sleep around, and that's okay, right? Especially now, there's this notion of, casual sex is bad. you should only date the girl if you're sure you're gonna marry her or if it will lead to kids, otherwise it's a waste of your time and you should go back to business. Nah, I don't believe in that. I'm very grateful for all the girls I had romantic experiences with that didn't lead to a relationship, that I explored new sexual areas with that then didn't lead to me, dating them long term. This is very important, especially as a man. I always say you should sleep with around 50 plus women in order to really know what you want, to really understand, okay, now I'm gonna make a girl my long-term girlfriend and maybe even wife or mother of my children. Because before you just don't know. You don't know what you want, you don't know how women think, and that's really important. So the metaphor here is he wants to stay in his little jungle adventure at first, but then he realizes, no, enough of that, enough of being with my bros. I need to level up. I need to go to stage number 5. I need to become a prince that is worthy of a queen, right? Nala represents that one woman in his life who has her shit together. She knows what's going on. She's cool, she's funny, she's sexy, calls him to greatness. She basically tells him, you have potential, but if you don't live up to it, I'm gonna find some other guy, right? I like you, but that's not enough. You need to push yourself. You need to become a true man. You need to regain your power and own the kingdom. The next important character in the movie and in Simba's life is Rafiki, the mentor. So he appears and he kind of annoys him. He smashes him on the head. As any good mentor, right? He tells him things he doesn't want to hear. He challenges him. He gets him out of his comfort zone. And most importantly, he leads him through this crazy vision quest through the forest to see his reflection in the water. And Simba is like, what's that? That's just my reflection. What's so special about that? That's not my father. You're telling me my father's still alive? I don't see him. But he says, look closer. Basically, look, you have potential. Your father is living on inside of you. You owe it to your ancestor to live up to your potential. Once again, it's a lot about that in this movie. His father appears in the clouds, talks to him, and really lets him understand, you are destined for greatness. You need to work, you need to get out of your comfort zone, you need to fight, you need to become a prince. And this is the moment where he really realizes, where he pushes himself, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take my kingdom back, I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna man up. And again, that is the power of a mentor, having somebody who has seen it all, who is basically walked the walk before, who is older than you, more experienced than you, who sees the big picture, who has like this macro look on things. It's incredibly important to have somebody like that in your life if you want to progress. It makes sense, right? If you want to learn how to talk to girls, well, talk to someone who talked to thousands of girls. If you want to learn how to build a business, ask somebody who built multiple businesses before. If you want to build a strong body, get a coach, get a fitness trainer who is already really in shape, who knows a lot about nutrition, what movements to avoid, how to lead to most muscle growth, and so on. Mentors are incredibly important. It's basically, as I said in a different video, it's the one shortcut to life. People always look for shortcuts. They want to make quick money. They want to double their money in 1 week. They want to get the next 100x crypto altcoin, get beautiful models with one texting guide. It doesn't work like that. But by hiring mentors, you can buy your time back, because the mentors spend their whole life learning what they know, and they can give it to you in a condensed form if usually you pay them in these days. His past challenges and the incredible difficult evolution he went through finally make him level up and finally make him charge into battles, make him fight against his demons. The demons represented by Scar, the hyenas, they represent death and destruction and, dark past and traumas that he has to deal with. Timon and Pumbaa, they charge into battle with him. They're his bros. They created a strong brotherhood. And obviously these two guys, kind of know they're a bit dorky, they're a bit silly, they're not that smart, not that powerful, but they can still thrive with Simba. They saw his potential, they helped him, they know he will help them in the future. That's a good lesson for you as well. Who can you connect yourself with? Who is 1 or 2 levels above you that you can serve, that will serve you kind of in return in the future? I did the same in my evolution. I knew I'm socially awkward, I'm shy. There was James, he was really good at seduction, he was presenting really well, it was really inspiring, and I had other skills to give him in return, and he became my mentor. He taught me so much in this world. As I said, Pumbaa and Timon, they know they're small, they're not strong, but what they are is brave and they're loyal, right? They really help him. They create a distraction when it's about his life and save him in that sense. Real life examples for creating a strong brotherhood can be starting a growth house, which is a house centered around personal development and a way you inspire other guys to work on their business, on their body, on their seduction skills. In our community, a lot of guys form together. They create growth houses in different cities and level up that way. If you want to communicate with guys who have the same vision and same goal as you, I created the Digital Tribe, which is part of the Social Academy program. 27 euros a month you can join and meet other guys to charge into battle with and face your own demons. I'm in one of these growth houses myself right now. I booked a villa here in Turkey for 5 weeks and we're 6 men working on our businesses together. We all have our own businesses, but we come together every morning, set goals, we keep each other accountable with nutrition. Every day at 2 p.m. we go to the gym together. It makes things so much faster and easier. It's so much better to work on your big goals in a setup like this. I'm cutting out all the distractions here. I'm not partying for a month. I'm not seeing girls for a month. Does it mean I don't want to see girls? No. It means I love seeing girls and I realize I need to level up to become a knight, a prince, a king, to deserve the one in the future, right? So I need to kind of go on my own little missions where I work on my projects to level up in many areas, and then I come back stronger to face the real world again. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm actually doing one of these so-called monk modes 2 to 3 times a year, and I'm inviting 3 to 5 guys every time to join. So Simba defeats Scar. He proves to everyone that he deserves the title of a king. He proves to everyone he went to all the struggles, all the levels, and he's, cherished as the new leader. So what does that mean for you? First step, define what level you're on. Look at the pyramid I created again and understand, based on what I told you about in this video and other videos I make on this channel, what level are you on and what do you need to get to the next level. This could be stuff like starting a company, starting a hiking club, starting a growth house, right? Could be also a thing like starting to finally cold approach, finally facing those demons and getting out of your social comfort zone to level up. Because as we learned, you cannot skip. You cannot be a student and think, oh, if I just become a famous DJ, then I will be really good with women because then I will have fame and girls like fame, right? So I'll be really like drowning in pussy. It doesn't work like that. Same with money, same with, once I have a 6-pack and I really work out hard, then I will be amazing with women. You will obviously create attention, you will attract certain levels of women, but you will not be able to truly seduce them, truly be in a relationship with a high-value woman if you didn't go through all the levels and build yourself, went through the struggles, build your character, build your charisma and everything that's around that. So if you're brave, write in a comment, what level are you on right now and what character do you relate with the most in this amazing movie?